Hello everyone, welcome to Pharmacochemistry classroom. Today we are going to see how to remember the schedules under drugs and cosmetic acts forever. Yes, you heard it right, forever, using some tricks. Remember, here I use only tricks, no science and logic behind it. So get ready, take your pen and paper. We'll start with Schedule A. Schedule A deals with forms and applications. There is a trick to remember the Schedule A, that is, first schedule or the first chance to apply for a course or anything, we need forms and application. So the first schedule deals with the forms and application. Understood? Next we are going to see Schedule B. After getting the application, what are we going to do? We will fill the fees to enroll in it. So the Schedule B contains fee structure for government run labs. So remember, Schedule B contains fee structure for government run lab. How are we going to remember? Yes, we got the application, the Schedule A. Here we are going to fill the fee for it. Next is about Schedule C. Contains various biological products and their regulations. Biological products like serums, adrenaline, vitamins, etc. So here to remember that, remember this C, which is full of C, biodiversity. So the schedule which deals with the various biological products and the regulation is Schedule C. Remember this C. Schedule D, list of drugs exempted from the provision of import of drugs. D is equal to drugs exempted from the provision of import. Die, not die. Schedule E contains various poisons and their regulations. E for evil, poison is evil. Schedule F, this contains regulations and standards for running a blood bank. Yes, to remember this, CF for fruits. So how fruits boost hemoglobin level. So F, Schedule F meaning which contains the regulations and standard for running a blood bank. F for fruits, fruits boost hemoglobin level. So it's easy to remember. Next come F1 and F2 and F3. So Schedule F1 contains the regulations and standards for vaccine. F3 contains standards for surgical dressings. F3 contains standards for umbilical tapes. So how are we going to remember this? Here we remember from three friends, F1, F2 and F3. No, there are three friends. F1 is Unani, which is vaccine. F2 is Saraswati, which is surgical dressing. F3 is Uma, which is umbilical tape. So don't forget these three friends. F1 is Unani for vaccine, F2 Saraswati for surgical dressing, F3 is Uma for umbilical tapes. Don't forget. Next come Schedule FF. This contains regulations and standards for ophthalmic ointments and solutions. Yes, ophthalmic ointments and solution. Schedule FF. Next comes Schedule G, hormonal preparations or examples. These drugs must label a caution. It is dangerous to take this preparation except under medical supervision. So that is, these are the drugs which is taken only under medical supervision. So they are very great drugs. Great drugs need supervision. So Schedule G deals with the drugs which is taken under medical supervision. Next comes Schedule H. These are the drugs which cannot be purchased over the counter without the prescription of a qualified doctor. Here comes a qualified doctor, a hero. So we'll get this Schedule H drugs. They are hero drugs only with this prescription from the doctor. Next comes Schedule J. This includes a list of diseases and ailments which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure. So they are life-threatening drugs. Life means Jivan, isn't it? Life means Jivan. Jivan, J for Jivan. So Schedule J contains the ailments and diseases which a drug may not claim to prevent or cure, like AIDS, cancer, congenital malformations, etc. Schedule K, drugs falling under Clause B1 of Section 3 of the Drug and Cosmetic Act, not intended for medicinal use. Quinine and other antimalarial drugs. This Schedule K you need to remember. Schedule M for GMP, that is contains various regulations for manufacturing premises, waste disposal and equipments, etc. Here are the divisions: M1 GMP for homeopathic medicine, M2 for GMP for cosmetic factories, M3 for quality management system for medical device. How are we going to remember M1, M2, M3? Just remember home come. 1 is home for homeopathy, 2 CO cosmetics, ME for medical device. Next comes Schedule N, contains regulations and requirements for pharmacy. That is requirements for pharmacy. Requirement meaning need, and for need. Schedule N deals with the various requirements for a pharmacy. Next, Schedule O contains various regulations and requirements for disinfectant fluids. Yes, here you can see disinfectants kill organisms. So, O for organism. Schedule O deals with the disinfectants. Next, Schedule P contains regulations regarding life period and storage of various drugs. Schedule P1 contains regulations regarding retail package size of various drugs. P for period and package. It's easy to remember. Next comes Schedule Q, contains list of permitted dyes and pigments in soap and cosmetics. Q means color gives an idea about the quality. So Q for quality. How do you identify the quality? From the color. So color we get from dyes and pigments. Schedule Q contains list of permitted dyes and pigments in soap and cosmetic. Remember, color gives an idea about the quality. Next comes Schedule R, standards for condoms made of rubber latex intended for single use under the mechanical contraceptive. R for rubber, and the schedule deals with the standards for condoms made of rubber latex intended for single use under the mechanical contraceptive. So it's easy to remember. Schedule R is for condoms and mechanical contraceptive devices. Schedule S, standard for cosmetics. S is equal to Sundar. Yes, to become beautiful. Cosmetics are used to become Sundar. That is why Schedule S you can remember from Sundar, which is standard for cosmetics. Next, Schedule T, good manufacturing practice for ayurvedic, Siddha and unani medicines. So how are we going to remember? T is equal to triplets. Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani are the triplets we are familiar in our India. Apart from after modern medicine, we go for Ayurveda, Unani and Siddha. These three are the triplets. So Schedule T is the GMP for Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani medicines. T for triplets. Don't forget. Next, Schedule U contains various regulations and requirements for record keeping. We get recordings from YouTube, not YOU, that is YouTube for record keepings. Schedule U contains various regulations and requirements for record keepings. From YouTube you will get different recordings, different videos, programs, etc. Next, Schedule V, standards for patent or proprietary medicine. Standard for patent or proprietary medicine. Patent is a victory for the researcher. So V for victory. Schedule V stand for standards for patents or proprietary medicine. Next comes Schedule X, narcotic and psychotropic drugs. They are dangerous drugs. So look at here. Schedule X, here you can see the symbol of X, which denotes they are dangerous. We all know narcotic and psychotropic drugs are dangerous. Next comes Schedule Y. This deals with the requirements and guidelines for permission to import or manufacture of new drugs for sale or to undertake clinical trials. This part you need to remember. Schedule Y it deals with the clinical trial. Here is a list of all the schedules along with contents and the tricks to remember. You can just pause the video and copy this, which will be helpful. Thank you for watching.